She was like, oh, and because it was drag family, I was like, I do it for my family, not my life, but good for her. Not my life, but good for her. And Rue was cackling at it. I was like, oh, please put that in. They're like, we've taken you to see three pantomimes. I have seen a pantomime, but none of it retained in my brain. I'm just one of these people who doesn't. Maybe I just don't vibe with it. Apparently, I like kicked, screamed, and cried and didn't want to be there. Hi everyone, it's DeDeLicious, and I'm getting up close with Cosmo UK. To describe my RuPaul's Drag Race UK experience in 3 words, it's got to be chaotic, assassin, and messy. Why not? Bit messy, but in a good way. With the strategy for the order of the roast, listen here. I'm no strategic genius. So I literally sat and I was like, what? I literally sat for so long off camera, like, what do I do? Like, what am I meant to do here? And I just thought, you know what? Wherever Michael and Ginger say they want to go is where they're not going, because they're the comedic geniuses. So I'll put myself before them. I definitely think, because I got like from Rue and Michelle, I got a lot of comments about my age. I do think if you're a younger queen and you're here with some experienced girls, or just people who are older than you, more mature experience than you, then you do get treated a bit differently. Like, you kind of get treated like the baby or the doesn't know anything. But I feel like I showed up in that last episode and I showed them exactly who I was and someone to take seriously in the competition, even though I left. But the little moment that's on everyone's lips right now is me and Vicki in Untucked. I was shocked. I was literally like, when you get winded, I was like, what? I lived. Oh, I love the drama. The minute she was like, I'm going to be really honest, I was like, I am sat. Even though it's about me, I was like, I am sat. I'm listening to this. But no, it definitely took me by surprise, because I didn't expect that to be about me. And I thought all of that drama was put to bed already. But hey, I guess if it's her last time on camera, you might as well get your feelings out. So respect to her. We're so happy that Ginger jumped in to defend me. Because I look up to her. She's an amazing queen. And she killed everything in the competition. Also, I didn't know really, if I'm honest, where I stood with her. I think as the competition went on, we got closer. I think majority of it was off camera. But to have her, stand up like, no, like, this isn't how she is. That was really validating and nice for me. It was a really good support in that moment. Could have literally all just stood up and walked out like Banksy. Imagine. I should have done that. Oh my God, I should have got my moment. Silly Dee. I had to be all mature. My relationship with Vicki now, we're good. We put it all to bed. There was a period of time after the show we didn't really discuss things or deal with it, but now we've discussed it, we've had nights out together, and we have a lovely relationship now, so it's all good. On week 1, I did think the top 3 was probably going to be Cara. I did think Vicki was going to be in the top 3. I did in the very, because obviously she won the first episode, and I did have a sense that Michael was going to be there as well. But the top 3 we ended up with is fabulous. Like, they're all hilarious, huge personalities, and just very, very good at what they do. I stated that I'd never seen a musical or pantomime in the show. When I got back home and told my parents, like, oh, we did a panto challenge, but obviously I didn't know what I was doing because I've never seen one. They're like, are you joking? I was like, what do you mean? They're like, we've taken you to see three pantomimes. I have seen a pantomime, but none of it retained in my brain. I'm just one of these people who doesn't. Maybe I just don't vibe with it. Apparently, I kicked, screamed, and cried and didn't want to be there. But I would love to go see one now. I saw a drag pantomime recently, and it was from Tuck Shop. That was hilarious, and I loved it. I ended up being the lip sync assassin of season 5, which I definitely didn't. Actually, lies. I kind of could see that for myself going in there. Just because my drag is all about performance. My number one thing. It's always been my number one thing. And any advice for future? girlies who are looking to be a lip sync assassin, you just got to bring you to that stage, and that's what I did in my lip syncs. Yeah, I did the splits. You know, you do the shenanigans. No one's really, no one really cares if you're doing the stunts if there's no you in there. There's no personality or presence in there. So it's literally all about presence, personality. I mean, let's be honest, a lot of the eliminations felt like a bit too early, but if I'm going to go with one, I'm going to go with Alexis, because I know Alexis from home. We worked together many a times. I don't feel like a lot of people knew this, but we knew each other from before the show. But she's insane. She's an insane performer. She's toured everywhere. She's always on tour. And she's hilarious. She's so bimbo-y and ditzy, and it's so endearing. So I wish people got to see more of her. It's my puffy, the gold look, that her right there. Point. Yeah, because I just remember it felt like an elevation of DD, like that look compared to everything else I bought. I just felt so rich in it and glamorous. The hardest part of the competition, I think it was genuinely my own head. I don't think people realised how much I was going through it, like analysing everything, because the lineup, the cast we had was so superior, and it was a battle to keep up. But anytime I did get knocked down, I still got up, assassinated someone, or I just moved on, and I'm very proud of myself for being like resilient through the whole thing. I think the most interesting thing about filming is how many takes you do of things, because obviously it just seems very like spontaneous in the moment, one take, that's how it all seems. But it's like, I mean, this is kind of a known fact. The runways, for example, do it twice, with music and then without. And the without music is so awkward sometimes. You can hear my heels like scratching the floor. It's giving like Wendy Williams when they do the edits of Wendy Williams and they just do ASMR noises. Like it's so funny. One scene that I wish made the final cut was actually a little funny moment I had with Ru. It was on the makeover challenge. And I was talking to her, and then for some reason I just switched into like a New Jersey-esque Brooklyn accent and started talking to her. She was like, oh, and because it was drag family, I was like, I do it for my family, not my life, but good for her. Not my life, but good for her. And Ru was cackling at it. I was like, oh, please put that in. Well, I would love to get working with some makeup brands, get the painted mean sort of brand out there. I actually did a campaign recently, which will be coming out soon. Or I think soon. But that's major. I also just want to take the DD Smash around the world. I want to crawl around stages worldwide in the splits, doing the most, breaking my back, my legs, my arms, my neck, all of it. This has been the Double D on Cosmo UK, and stay tuned for more. See ya. Mwah.